Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Making Memories with Melody. This is an extension of my getting back to the basics videos that I was doing. This particular one is going to be starting a soft cover one signature journal from scratch. And then we'll make several options. This is going to go on for 4 months. And in my group, Newbie Junk Journal Makers, we are going to have a event where you can join in and follow along and share yours. So it's really exciting. I am very excited about it. It's going to be so fun to create this with you guys. And so, hi Tina, hi Lisa, hi Judy, hi Diane, and hello Bailey. So this is of course, a 9 by 12 manila envelope. The thing is that there are different sizes of them. Let's say this one in particular is 12 and a half by 9 and a half. So there are different sizes. This is the one that comes in the kit that I'm offering. There's 6 of them, and I'm offering them to Newbie Junk Journal Makers for sale through private messenger to go along with me. But there's only 6 of those. And you can use, hi Kim, you can use anything that you want. It's just the idea. If you want to follow along, you can. Now, I had a couple ideas here. When you're making a soft cover with a manila envelope, a lot of times, and I will do it this month also, I will sew fabric onto here, which gives it a sturdier composition, right? It just gives it more to work with. In this case, I'm going to try a couple different options. I took the back of a paper pack. I buy quite a few paper packs. I'll get them online and at the craft stores. This particular one I've had for quite a while. And I thought I will cut it to be the size and as best as I can. I might have to trim it. And then I will score it to have the spine here. So this will give this the stability that I need. And this is just one option. See, yeah, it definitely already needs to be. And I had a feeling because I cut it right at 9 because I wanted to play it safe. I can always bring it down a bit, but I can't add to it. So that's the way that I work things. So my plan is since I've already scored this, and it's about, if not pretty close to where it is in here, I have now a more substantial feeling soft cover. It's still soft, it's still pliable, but it's more substantial. And my spine is more substantial. So now what I want to do though is I wouldn't want to not glue this in, even though actually trying to get glue in there, it's going to be a bit of a pickle, but I can figure it out if I put some effort into it. So let's say that I put this in here, right? And the best glue that I have, that I like, that doesn't have water, it won't make it buckle, is my Matte Gel Medium. Awesome, Tina. I stumped Tina. Hey, you guys, if you know anything about me and Tina, Tina is my resource for new information I'm looking for, information. So if she didn't think about doing this, I must have come up with something pretty cool because Tina thinks of everything. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this on this paintbrush and I'm going to go down inside of here. There's probably an easier way to do it. I don't know. I don't need a ton. All I know is I need it to not completely buckle on me, right? I don't want the paper to run around inside of there and let go of my manila envelope. So, and you know what I mean. And if you don't know what I mean, if you don't get this just right, you might find out what I mean. But it's okay because this is going to be, I wouldn't put a lot of pressure on yourself about this. This is a get started making junk journal series. It's not trying to make something perfect. It's trying to make something that you will enjoy and learn some techniques and have some fun. So let's see. let's see, I need to get some down further in there, and then I will be done. I went ahead and put it on both sides of this, all right, because I don't want it to hop around in there. And I am not being careful about it. I am smearing it around, just trying to make sure and get in the corners. And let me show you. So there you go. It's not perfect. It's just in there. Now, I got to wipe off my hands quickly, though, because I have created a bit of a mess for myself. And so once I get that off there, I can start touching it again. Now, what I want to do, and I'm going to do it with my brayer, because it's here and it's easy, but you don't have to. You can do it with anything. But I'm going to do this and try to get that glue adhered to both sides as best as I can. And remember, that's matte gel. So again, it won't make the paper buckle. It's a very useful glue. Okay, so now this is when you got to make some decisions. Because of the way that I just did what I did, I have made the decision that I am not going to have a pocket, right? Because of what I did. Now, this is what I got to tell you. See that right there? We want to make sure, and you push that down as you bend, and let's try. I mean, it is what it is. If it buckles, it buckles. But if you manipulate it before it's completely dry, you can avoid it to a certain point. That makes sense? I hope so. So now that is glue in there. Let me get the brayer. That glue's kind of got a little pocket where it's thicker, and I don't want that. All right, so there we go. So now, and I'm manipulating all of this as I go. Just keeping the paper, doing what I want it to do, and not stopping in any one place until I'm ready for it to. So now it's not the best seam, but you know what? It's not terrible either. There's just a bit of a maybe a buckle right there, but I don't think once we do everything we're going to do that it will interfere. Let me get rid of this. And I'm going to set that right there. Put the lid back on here for now, and let's talk about what we've got going, okay? Hi, Joyful Michelle. So, soft cover manila envelopes. You can do so many things. You can, and we will in one of them for sure, leave this opening and use it as a pocket. Decorate the flap to be able to be open. I've done that many times. I like it. You can utilize this as a closure, or you can get rid of it. I'm going to go ahead, if I can find a tool that I can do it, I'm going to go ahead and pop this off of here. I don't need it. I don't want to mess with it. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And oh, you guys, just so you know, I bought this at the Dollar Tree adhesive spray. Yeah, it looks cool. It's not. It doesn't work at all. Okay, don't use it. Don't. You can use it if you want, if you bought it, but don't buy it if you haven't bought it. But you know, I feel like it's kind of my duty to make sure and check out what works and what doesn't at the Dollar Tree. I don't know why I think that, but I'll grab it and go, okay, let's test this out, see if the ladies would want to use it. It's very, very water-based, which means that it made my paper buckle quite a bit. Okay, glue. What do you have that's bothering you, huh? Stage fright. Oh, happens to the best of us. Now this is a non-water-based glue. It's my favorite. I'll go ahead and show you. This is the Helmar Quick Dry Adhesive. Again, it's not water-based. That's why I prefer it. I'm going to go ahead and close this all off because I'm going to cover this, and this will no longer be a functioning part of the soft cover. Now, again, there is a few buckles, but this isn't going to be left this way. So I think we did good. That's what I think. And look, the glue is reacting to the color of the manila. Isn't that amazing? That's amazing. See, I missed that spot. There doesn't seem to be glue there, but it's still going to be okay. This is not the end. This is just the beginning. So now I would have let that completely dry before I was to do anything else. So let's set this one aside, and I want to show you something else. You can make a cover out of a manila file. All right. Let's see. Now, I'm making this project that we're doing will be based on a 9-inch tall by 6-inch wide paper. Okay, so there we go. Now, this could be done the same thing. You can score this where you want to. Let's see if I can. Well, I set it down, and once something gets set down in this room, it's never seen again. No, that's not true, but it sure feels like it sometimes. So I need to make this wider, so I'm going to come down at the 3/4 right here. That's not going to work. Let's see if I can find something that will work. Oh. Yeah, one of those days happening all over again. It's okay. I am the queen of let's make it work moments if I am nothing else. Although I've been accused of being the glitter queen too. Okay, I'm going to have to look harder for my blue thing because it needs to be done properly or it's not going to fold properly. So I just used it, and again, I must have thrown it. Oh, this isn't good. So what I'm going to do is use this. Okay, I found something. I apologize. Some days are better than others with my organizational thing, but most days it's not to a professional level, that is for sure. But you know, I like to say occasionally, I never promised you a rose garden. This is just me doing my thing. Now remember, this was a file folder, right? And so a file folder has the one fold on one side, and then it has or it has the one fold in the center, and then it has these other alternate places that can get where it can get thicker and thicker, but it will pull and not be an even fold for you. So you can't fold on one of those. You have to fold on the one that we created, which I think I'll be able to see on this white side better. You see right there? Right here. That's the one. Okay, so there's our fold. I don't know why it was easier to see on the white side. I think it's Gail who talks about mountains and valleys. Mountains and valleys when it comes to folding. I don't know. Okay, so now I need to get this fold and this fold. So there is our spine, okay? So, and once you covered this or put a book tape, say, along that spine, you would have a sturdier spine. But there would be the beginnings of a soft cover if you wanted to. Really basic, already colored, easy to work with. You could layer up, you could do what you want. Now, let's do another I have two more options, you guys. This is going to be so fun, okay? So now, let's say that we take this one. And since I lost the other squirrel, we'll start using this one. And to be the spine in the middle, I'm going at 5 3/4 and 6 1/4, and that's giving me a 1/2 inch spine. And I have folded those freehand. I just want you to see, in case I didn't get it just right, that or you don't feel confident in it, you can do them freehand. So there's another manila folder with a 1/2 inch spine. Now I have these two items that I cut. This is a plastic foamy paper that I ended up with, and I need to cut it down on the top. And I thought this might give me some stability in the pages. I don't know that I'll end up using this. I have a little bit, but this particular color isn't grabbing me. So I thought, you know what? Let's just see. Let's experiment with what we already have in our house. Oh, that's a good idea, Tina. Scored on both sides. See, I told you, Tina's our girl. So now if I slide this in, and because this isn't all one piece, I would be sliding in past past the spine all the way back. I've cut them to be 6 inches. So there we go. So I'm sliding it, and it's going to overlap right there. You see that? So now that's sturdy. Now this one is going to overlap that one. And if I do it just right, I should be able to fold. Now see, this is where the buckling wants to start. This is where the papers and everything are like, that might be too much for me. Actually, I think it's because it's not overlapping enough. There we go. You know what? This plastic paper was only like 11.5 inches. So I think what I did is I got it, cut it in the middle, and just was going to work with what I had. So, but anyways, there we go. Now, if you could feel this, you could feel that there's some substance there, right? Hi, Belinda. But it's just one more option to give you some stability. And that would be, you could do it that way. One more I'm excited about. I'm going to have made 10 of these by the time I'm done, huh? So let's try scoring it on both sides the way that Tina told us. So we'll score, 6 1/4. Don't jump off track. There we go. 6 1/4 and 5 3/4. And then flip it over. And we want to do it carefully, guys, because this paper is not going to be able to take manhandling. But if you can give it a little bit more. Nope, I have not, Tina. I walked around my workroom here, and I just found a bunch of things that if I was to just go, okay, this is what I could do, this is what I could do, and this is what I could do, I grabbed them. But that is a great idea. I did use the foam on the inside underneath something one time, not too long ago. So there's our spine. Now, check this out. I took an old book, The Velveteen Rabbit. This was a very, very large book. Right? Very thick cardboard, chipboard, whatever. And I thought, what if we put these in here? I've done it with mat board. Does anyone ever, I buy mat board at the bins and Goodwills and stuff, because a lot of people will buy mat board and for framing and then just throw away the extras. So, or get rid of the extras anyways. So I cut this to just about 6 5 1/2, or I'm sorry, not 6, 9 by 5 1/2. So there we go. So there's that. Now, what I was thinking is, wow, that's almost hardcover, you guys. That right there is almost hardcover. It's just another option that can be done. And you would put a sturdy either Tyvek or a bookbinding tape down the center to give yourself a sturdy spine. But that one might be the one that I end up doing to make the journal that I'm going to make. So, and I've been trying to figure out of all these options which one I wanted to go forward with. There's also this option, which I'll just show you, the kind that have these inside, and you could try to somehow incorporate that into your journal. Maybe if you were doing something a little vintage, or maybe, there's all kinds of, maybe a folio type with waterfall stuff. I don't know. It just seemed fun, and I thought I would grab it and bring it out here. But as far as my going forward on the one that I'm going to make of the Sun-Kissed Graphics 45 collection, I'm going to use this one where I made a hardcover out of the manila envelope. Okay. And I have a few things that I have to figure out, because I had closures. Let me see if I can find them that I was going to try to work with right here. But I think that these can go through there plenty fine. But I'm going to use these magnetic snaps. and I'll show you when it comes time to do the signatures how I'm going to make that work. So this kit, it's going to be discontinued soon. They start to, you know, lessen and lessen how much they put the kits out there when they're starting to retire them. So this one I think was because they had a good sale on it, but I grabbed it, and I have enough of these packs for 6 other people to join me. And I shared this in the Newbie Junk Journal Makers event, Sun-Kissed Junk Journal Challenge with Melody. So it has a Graphics 45 tag that is 8 3/4 by 4 inches wide that I'm going to include in this when I make it. It has turtles. It has ephemera. It's a whole page of ephemera. I just cut it in half to fit in the package. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Maria. Bye, sweetie. Bye, Bailey. This is based on 4 or 5 different little images of girls, children on the beach, blues and coral. So there's 7 full pages, 7 3-inch pages, and the chipboard, the envelope, or the tag, and then the envelope. And I'm going to be adding just a few little extras once I get my mind exactly set to what I'm doing. But I thought this netting, what is this, burlap type blue, would it be fun on some of the pages, so I put a strip of that in there. But so let's say, right, that right now I know this is what I'm doing. So for sure I need to get some glue in here because I don't want this to go anywhere. Although this one won't go, this one might shift. And so I'm going to put glue on this one. Maybe if my finger will say, do what I say for it to do. And I'm just going to put it in there. Well, I'm not. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put it on here and then smear it around. Because I probably won't get it exactly where I need it if I don't. And the cool thing about silicone things is that this glue will not stick to them. So I'm going to do this and this. I don't think it's going to be running around in there, but it just doesn't hurt to have things stable, right? So I'm going to do this right along this edge between that and what I got down in there. And that's my hell mark. That's not the mat, Joe. I'm going to go ahead and take this off of here, because I'm going to be covering the inside. There we go. I'm going to glue this down. You need to watch. You can get these at the Dollar Tree, 5 or 6 for $1. But if you watch the secondhand stores garage sales this summer, a lot of people bought a pack for one thing or another and don't need the rest, and so they'll get rid of them for $1 or less, or $1 or so. And so that's something to think about. I'm going to be using brads in my spine, so all I have to do, if you're not going to be using brads in your spine, when we get closer to that, I'll try to come up with some ideas, or maybe you can ask me in the comments what you think if you're not going to be using brads. Not brads. Why do I always say brads? I'm just confused that way. I'm going to be using eyelets, and so I don't have to worry about whether this level and the level behind it are going to separate. You see what I'm saying? And that's probably would be the best way to do it, but everyone is open to do it the way that they want to do it. So now I'm going to put this tape here, and this is to give this stability for my brads so they won't pull all the way through. And there we go. Okay, so now what have we done so far, ladies? We've looked at several ways to do covers, but the one that I've decided for what I'm doing with this project is this one. And I have taken 2 pieces of book and went ahead. I should probably go ahead and put a piece of that tape on this side too, just to play it safe. Although it's a soft cover, although it's a simple project, I think that you need to make sure that your product, your creations, are not going to fall apart on somebody. Whether you're gifting it to them or you're selling it to them, it's still the same level of commitment to the project. So let's get this torn off. Okay, so manila file folder, a book cover. It's not even two parts of a book. It's just one part cut in half and then trimmed down to fit inside of here. So now I've made a one signature. I think it's pretty cool. I think it's going to be nifty. I'm excited about it. Once everything's in there, I'll give it more stability to stay in the shape that I want it. But I think that'll work out really well. So now what I need to decide is a couple things. One is, do I want any of that yellow showing out? I did decide originally that the yellow wouldn't hurt because of the color scheme, right? So the manila file folder doesn't actually have to be, the color have to be changed. This could be, for example, the cover if I wanted it to be, and or the inside. Or I could do that on the inside and then another type of paper on the outside. But see, things like, what does this one look like on here? This blue is awfully pretty. I just thought this blue, when I seen it in my drawer, I thought, oh, I need to grab that out because that's really pretty cool. It's not the same blue, but it would contrast with some of it pretty well, especially if I toned it down. I mean, you can't have everything just all matchy, or you can, some people do, but it's just some variance in shades pull out other things that you might not have noticed if they weren't there. See, like I could fussy cut turtles out of here, and I could have them being all over the front of this. I could go ahead and get a different blue paper and do that. Same type of idea. But I think mainly right now my purpose was to make sure that you guys got to see some of the ideas of covers. So that one, this one when it's dry, because I'll go ahead and do something with each of these covers. It may not be a full kit, or it can't be a full kit because I only have a few of them, but it could be something else and you'll get to see. This is the one with the paper pack cardboard in it. See, and it needs to dry. I definitely got a lot of glue in there, which, you know, I don't know, that almost could be that. This almost could be, has anyone ever worked much with distress inks? I mean, I just got some. And the thing about distress inks, I'm just going to mess around for a minute, is that you go ahead and you just do what you want with them. And it's when you add either other colors or the water that you can cause reactions. So these covers that we're doing could be done, yes, and adding a brighter shade can make an entire project pop. I'm sorry I didn't look up Tina. Oxides and inks are completely different. Oxides are my favorite. They're what I like to work with the most, and the reason being is that I can manipulate them better. They will continue to move and change and ebb and grow and do all kinds of things, and I just know how to manipulate them. So for me, I'm wondering, this might just be a kind of a perfect little combo that I just got in the mail today, and I could and I can layer up from here. If I don't like this that much and it's just okay, I can layer it from here and it can be the background, behind it. So it doesn't have to be the focal point. Yes, they are water reactive. So if you put another product on that's a water based, they will change what they're doing. Okay, so now we've got those two colors in there. I want to add I want to get that. I'm going to go crazy here because I can. And I won't know what I think of it until I see it. So what I was thinking about doing was getting that orange. Remember our project that we're going to be doing, it has the blue and the orange. I'm not sure if I can put this directly on there and not mess up the... I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go ahead. It's picking up a little bit of the blue. I might be able to wipe it off. But so this would be towards the idea of a mixed media cover, which is, if anyone knows me well enough, knows that if you give me less than a half a reason to get involved in mixed media, I'm jumping over there and doing it. Okay, so see that? Let me grab this and this, and I'll have you watch what's gonna happen. I'm only doing the cover because I don't know where I'm going with this, or if I knew for sure I was doing what I was doing, then I would. Let me bring the camera down a bit so you can truly see. What this can do. And again, a lot of times with mixed media is you layer. So you dry it so that you got that design. You can also pat water off if you've got too much. Now, then if you spray again, get some more reactions. It has a powdery surface. It will look opaque because of the powdery oxidey surface. Some people like that look, some people don't. Personal preference. But I think that that's actually pretty cool. I don't know how it would translate to this kind of cutesy family scene, but the water of it I think is pretty cool. So it could be a background. I could make it probably work if I was to manipulate it a little bit more. It definitely needs more of the orange color in there, and maybe even a different shade of the orange. This one might be too light. Maybe I try a redder orange that will lighten up as it dries, because this looks almost like a golden yellow to me, more than a pumpkin. Let me look behind me and see what kind of red I have that might do what I'm thinking. If I don't, then I can always try a different avenue. But here's a filtered brick and aged mahogany. Aged mahogany is a really deep burgundy. The filtered brick is what I think I'm going to try. And I'm going to try it along these parts with the actual orangey color and see if I can get more of a coral look. I don't know. You know, you don't know until you try it. It may not end up being anything that works. Marmalade. I don't know if I have marmalade. Tina probably has all the colors. Do you have all the colors, Tina? Look, I made mud. I made mud. Now that darkened it quite a bit, which wasn't what I was trying to do. certainly it gives you some ideas. Let's say that you have some products that you would be comfortable popping on to the front of this to make a mixed media cover. Maybe you even want to stencil something or do dye ink, or not dye inks, dye inks and or alcohol inks. But it just is an opportunity to create something very uniquely your own. Because ladies, this was just a manila envelope. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different oxide inks, some water, and the dryer, you know, the emboss or the heat gun. So, and it could really, there's a lot more that could be done with that. It just has a lot of potential. So, but I don't want to do this for as long as it would take to make it come to fruition. So I will go ahead and set that aside. But that was one of the options. This is the plasticky paper, which I'm not sure about getting glue in there, because I think the glue that I'm using would dissolve it. So I don't even know if this is really the best way. Quite a few of them, Tina. Cough, cough, cough. Collage medium. I keep looking for it, but I can't get it through my wholesalers, and I am trying. I think I did order some, but I don't remember. I got more shipments coming in of some things. I am Jelly Tina, and I only, Tina has, or Thyra has 4 of the oxide. Yeah, the distress. The thing for me and the distress is that I just never was much of a stamper. So this becomes a mixed media opportunity for me versus actual stamping. So that's why I ended up, because I've only bought the basics in the stamping, except for I've managed to get a few more archival ones than I had before, because I need them to layer up on top of things like that. And if I don't get the archival, then it will just mess up when I move on to the next step. Speaking of next step, when I come back, this cover will probably be done or almost done, because I'm going to actually finish this up in Newbie Junk Journal Makers in the event. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do to it, but that's what I'll do. I will figure it out, and then I'll get the eyelets in here, and I'm going to come back to you guys here on YouTube for the closure. And I have a couple different options that I'm excited about. Like I said, I really just kind of think that this would be cool, because I used to make purses, and I've used these, and they're awesome. And I don't need a ton of space. This is just kind of going to be kind of a, in fact, I could make it into a waterfall with just a couple, with a very small signature, and then the closure would go over it really well. Finished dye wax paper that will go beautiful with that. Oh, I would love to see that, Lisa. This says that it's sun-kissed collection. That's why I've been calling it that. Lyra. I'm not, is it T Lyra? By the seaside. I have that one over there, but this particular one is called Sun-Kissed Collection. And I bought it for myself quite a while ago, and then I went ahead and bought some more wholesale, because I thought that it would be cool this time of year. This is what I'm thinking. Let's say we start this here in the summer when it feels nice to work with these colors, and then it's done by December 19th, which is my plan, if not before. And Teleria. Okay, Teleria. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That it could be given as a gift. And if you're using whatever style you're using, again, it'll be done by December, and then you can give it away as a gift. So that's that, and I will get going, And I am excited to get this ball rolling. So I will be back next Tuesday with the next, I'm going to do work on it in my group, and then I will come back and do the closure here on YouTube, because I think the closure is the thing that would be a popular necessity for people to know. Getting the cover on isn't going to be, I got a package from you today, Tina says. Awesome. I love it when you get packages. So I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to head back over to group if the group wants to. I'm going to come back and we'll talk a little bit more about this, but we'll do it in the event. And I will see, oh, the auction one. Tina got the auction, this last month's auction. She got the big show. Oh my goodness. Awesome. I'm excited to see what she's going to do with that. Alrighty, ladies. Let's see. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. And if you're not a part of Newbies, go check it out. It's not just for newbies, but you can feel comfortable there whether you're a newbie or not. So I'm going to let you guys go. Again, bye.